Good morning, champions. Good morning. Welcome to Dragon Law Gaming. We're gaming in the Law Intersect. We are going to be talking about some characters today. We're going to be doing a tower run, talking about characters. Good morning, Robert. How are you, my friend? It is early as 8:30 where I am at. Here, as close to the West Coast as you could possibly get without being West Coast. We are live here from Boise, Idaho. We're going to play some Dragon Champions. We're going to talk about the characters. I got an upcoming video that I'm currently in the process of talking about. Update to the November characters. So I've been getting a lot of comments, people hitting me up on Discord, asking about who's great now. I mean, obviously with the Wonderlula nerf, has she dropped out of the top 10? Are we talking about who's great? Is it Nightiel now the MVP, which spoiler alert, yes, she is the MVP. Kara here, she's taken over, I believe, Wonderlula's spot. As you can see, my top 5 here is my current team that I am running in Arena. I think I'm in the top, top 14, I believe. Most of the people around me are, I'm 14. Most of the people around me are in the are in the 90,000s. I'm at 86. So it's been pretty crazy. I hope you are doing well and you're enjoying your game. I did hit 70 today, this morning. I have to tell you, the people who are beating me up in the poisoned tournament, good on you. This has been kind of nuts. I got gods and legends beating me left and right. Look at this, 61 and 59. I think people have decided that they really want to they really want to go after me, so that's kind of fun. I've been having fun with that this morning. Looks like they're gonna drop me out of the top 10, so we'll see how that ends up going. But I've had a ton of encounters, 120 battles on me during this tournament. I think that it's kind of flattering. I'm assuming they're beating me up simply because they can, but it is kind of cool that is going on. New tournament here going on is the Fight Club tournament. We don't talk about Fight Club. We tell Mar all the time, nope, you can't talk about Fight Club, Mar. If you ever read the story, he goes on and on and on about Fight Club. So let's talk about the tournament. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on who's good. I'm sorry, I said tournament, I meant tower. About who you believe is good now. As you can see, I'm still running in my tower runs. I'm still running this team here. I believe, Patriarch Chi is #1 for tower. So what's going to end up happening is my next video, like I said, I'm in the process of making it. It's going to be posted today. And what it's going to essentially do is break down the characters, where they're good, where they're viable, and that sort of thing. Are they good in tower? Are they good? Are they better in the raid? Are they where are they best, and who should you level up, and where should you focus first? That's kind of the idea behind the video that's going to be coming out today. Gotta turn down my headset, got the game volume a little low. But yeah, today kind of what I was hoping is to, while we're doing a little bit of doing the live stream, people can give me their thoughts. Like, Robert, what do you think? Who are your MVPs? What are you enjoying? What's your raid teams? That sort of thing. Is your guild doing the raid right now? My guild is doing the raid. We are currently 4 hours left before I can attack again. I am at the top currently, but one of our guild leader, who's he's got a lot better teams than me, he has not attacked yet. But we're doing 6, and then we're going back to 5, and then doing 6 again, and then going back to 5. I mean, it's tough, but who's valuable? There's a lot of information out about who's good and who's not in the raid. I think that, but we're going to talk about this character should be leveled for raid purposes, or this character's good in PvP, or this character's good And those really, you know, in in the campaign, like Wonder Lula, for example, is great in the campaign. Hey, Lord Varsh, what's going on, my friend? What's going on? So that's kind of what we're looking at. The new video is going to be focusing on those things. It's going to be focusing on who's good. I'm going to give you a synopsis of who I think the best characters are in the game. You know, best healer, best leader, best DPS. Same kind of format as we did before, but we're also going to then dive deeper into who I think is viable in what areas better, and kind of have a better tier list from there. And so hopefully that'll be super beneficial for everybody. I guess I didn't see. Let's see if we can kill Sinjel here. Boom, done. Once again, basic tower strategy. I know you guys have already know this. You know, Lord Varsh, that sort of stuff. I just simply just attack. Basic attacks in the beginning, these first two stages. Let's see here. Okay, give me just 1 second here. Probably should have done all this beforehand, but want to make sure we get get the all right, just all right, cool. I think we're all here. Let's see here. So let's pull chat back up there. Let's see here. What do we got? Would you say that we Panda team is focusing on order, or would you definitely put Patriarch? I would, Rob, certainly Patriarch Chi and Ken Lee. Yeah, Lord Varsh is right. I think that if a full Panda team probably is not terribly viable for just say the order. Like if it depends on how how you want to use them, right? Obviously, you're gonna want to level up. You know, ultimately, I mean, I think everybody prefers to have everybody in the game. Obviously, that's unless you're willing to drop thousands of dollars, you're not going to be able to do that. So, you know, you feel like your order is a patch team at Fist. No, this is my order team right here. Right, my order team is here. You got the best healer in the game. Still, by far the best healer in the game is Solius. By far the best DPS character, in my opinion, right now is Nightiel. I'll go into a lot of that here later today, but I mean, she's just got so much going for her right now. If you don't have Wonder Lula, story is amazing. And then Ken Lee is your tank. You could also, if you don't have Nightiel, right? If you don't have Nightiel, a good substitution would be for Nightiel. You'd put Snorri here in this spot, and you'd put here. Let me just back out. I'll show it. You put Snorri, and you'd put in Freezard. And that's probably the way to go if you're looking for a, you know, if you don't have certain characters, right? So you're looking at Freezard, Snorri. These two have synergy together, and then this is a good team too. Patriarch Chi, a lot of people have. Ken Lee, a lot of people have. Soleus, a lot of people have. But you know, Nightiel, you may not have a good Nightiel. You may not have, you know, Wonder Lula. So you could switch to this team here. You're only 30, so you've been focusing on orcs. Perfect. So that's what you should be doing. That's exactly what you should be doing. And then you can focus on other people as well. And I think Freezard and Snorri. But just keep with the orcs. Yeah, just keep with orcs right now. That's all you really should be focusing on. But if you're looking for an order team, you don't have to say have all pandas, or there are plenty of other ways to build your team without having to essentially sacrifice. I realize that having these guys in here means that I'm probably going to have to actually do something more than. Because as you can see, Snorri is super squishy, and my Snorri's not great. He's 7 stars, but he's not, you know, super helpful. But I do have a very good Freezard, but that's because he's a part of my arena team. So, yeah, Freezard and Snorri PvP, yeah, they're really good together. If you can bump them up, that is certainly the way to go. As you can see, my Snorri is going to take a ton of damage. I should have probably taunted, but when you bring in, and look, I got a Freezard shard, but when you bring in extra players or other teams or other people, you want to look at their synergies and that sort of thing. When you're looking at order, your order team is probably going to be led by either Soleus, but you don't have right now, Robert, or you're going to want to look at, and I'm actually going to take some of these guys out and throw in a little bit different team here, as I've been messing around like this. Yeah, and that's probably the right way to go. I know for me, I made a ton of mistakes when I first started playing the game. My roster is huge, way bigger than it needs to be. You know, as expanded, I have a lot of characters that are just too big, and so I should be maxed on certain things, and I'm not, because I put my focus somewhere else. And so I want to be able to make it so you don't make those same mistakes. That when you're leveling up and when you're doing your grind, you will not make the same mistakes I did. And one of the biggest mistakes is not focusing on the right characters at the right times. Right now, when you're starting off, you should be focusing on orcs, putting all your resources into your orcs, trying to get your orcs maxed out as fast as possible. Right? And Darian and Arya are good, and they're good enough until you get Patriarch Chi. That's absolutely right. And so, as you saw there, you know, you can look. If you're going to spend money, I finally got the stun on Trunkor. Man, it's helpful. Thoughts on other abilities for orcs. Yes, let's just stop here. This is mainly what, for me, the live streams are all about this. If we can go in and let's look at your orcs. Let's look and see what you got. So let's look at orcs, right? And we're looking at Mortha, Mar. I don't know if you want to go ahead and type in there where you're at on these characters, like what abilities you have. You said you just picked up the stun on Trumgar on the basic. That means that you're level 4. And that's probably about where you should be. I don't remember what levels are which, but you should be making sure that you're maxing out all of your abilities for all of the characters on this. So as you can see with me, I don't have that. I went, oh look, I'm doing orcs, and then I got 5-star Soleus, and then I squirreled. Squirreled off and did something else. But if you're talking about the big major focusing ones that you really need to have, Mortha's heal, both of her healing abilities here, chain healing and personal curse should be maxed out. Also, you want to have her shamanism, right? Gains 10% of magic damage for each living orc, right? Obviously, where your would be at would be 5%, but 5% is that helps her heal. You don't necessarily need her basic at your present moment, but your 2 healing abilities are huge because she needs to be able to heal. Likewise, here you want to be able to have rage. Rage needs to come up, and this ability, this will hurt real bad. This ability, if you can max these abilities out right away, if you have to choose, I would max these abilities out and then go for his basic. As you can see, I've decided not to do his passive because even here, you're doing 1% more damage for each 2% missing health. I've decided that that's not as important to me as having the whirlwind ability here maxed out and his basic maxed out. So for your level, you need to just keep on maxing those out. And then if you're talking about, let's get over to Corcoran. Corcoran, his storm ability has a stun chance. You should be maxing this one out for sure. He also has potency, right? You want to make sure that his fear ability is also is maxed out as well. I mean, and then we go to Rantha, and yeah, Lord Varsh is absolutely right. You want to be looking at her lead. Her leadership ability needs to be maxed. That one's huge. The bear, all right, the summon the bear pet, all right. We need Battle Poo's health to be high, and you also need to put health runes on her as well, because Battle Poo gets a percentage of Rantha's health, and so raising her health is going to make Battle Poo just tankier. And so that's what you're looking to do. As you can see on mine, I have the leadership up, but I'm still 4 across the board, and this is my problem. Yeah, and yeah, you want to go health in these, and then speed here, and then damage in all your on your main areas. Obviously, I have not done that, but I have not focused on my orcs in a while, as you can see, and so that's what you want to do. You don't want to do what I didn't do. You don't. You want to make sure that, you see, now I'm to the point where I'm getting towards the end game, and I've got to go back and bump these guys up. All right, her health and shields are abysmal because she's not at least gear 8, and I need to get her to gear 8 by the next Soleus event. And so that I am working on that slowly but surely. Yeah, runes. Runes are important. Runes are super important. I'm not an expert in runes. As you can see, a lot of times I just kind of chuck things on there. But you want crit damage. You want crit and crit damage on Corcoran and Mar, and speed. And that's the tough part, is trying to get speed. If you look at my Mar, he's down here. All right, I have damage. I have damage on him because I'm trying to get his damage up. Right. Yeah, Mort is also crit damage runes. Yeah. Right. I went damage and I went crit, but I've actually went more damage here and tried to give him more speed, and I can't get him faster. I just don't have it. But I'll move mods around and that sort of stuff when the Soleus event comes back around. But that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So try to get a lot of potency on Trom. Yes, and I think that's important. I've gone a little differently with Tromgar. I've gone speed and some potency, and the reason for that is that I want him to be fast. Maybe not 169 speed fast, but I do want him to be quick, mainly because I want him to get his taunt out right away. And there's a guide, and I'm going to link that right now. There's a guide right now on Be a Champions .info. I'm gonna go ahead and give that. I think I linked it earlier. You're looking at about getting a 7-star Soleus. This is a great. This is what I'm using to look into getting 7-star Soleus the next time around. So take a look at that guide. All right. Right. Yeah, and that's not a bad. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yep, and those those nodes are particular. They are hard. They absolutely are hard to do. I've got him sped up because I want him to be fast. I want him to taunt quick. But that's because of how I have it. If you look at his main, if you look at his stats, right, for me, he still has, he's got 33% potency. Obviously, it could be way better. I could have him in the 80s. I could have him in the 80s if I slowed him down and put on potency mods and that sort of stuff. Moved my speed mods over to someone else, which I could easily do. Currently, I think who has my potency set? I believe it's kind of scattered. And the fact is that I was hurting for money, but if we're looking here, I've dropped her potency down, so maybe I do have my potency mods. So if we're looking here, I have one potency mod here. If we're looking at, right, I can do another potency mod here if I wanted to, and that would still give him the same amount of damage, but it's going to lower his speed, right? I've got a tenacity rune here as well. I can get another potency mod here, which would also then lower his speed, right? And now we're bumping him up at 51% potency, and his speed is coming down. And then it's about going, and we can remove some of these other ones, and get different runes. But as you can see, my runes are a little, we're a little lacking in trying to get runes up and that sort of stuff. Do I have another potency? I do. Right. I have another one here that I can put on. Right, now we're dropping him down to 143 speed. If we're looking at the guide that I just linked, right, for the Soleus event, it says the Trumguard needs to be 131 speed to taunt. So obviously we would be sitting just fine here if we were to do that. But obviously we'd want to look and see what else we have to be able to fill this out. Right? Do we want another tenacity? I probably have another tenacity somewhere, right? But who knows which one of these is going to be good. All right. So we'll just level this one up for a second. All right, and that's damage, not bad. And my guy, he does a ton of damage, right? So as you can see, we can raise his potency, and if we wanted to, we could go straight potency across the board. There's ways to do that. I just don't have the right mods to be able to go that far. But I'm going to keep this one here and just give him another tenacity, so we're not getting him stunned, which is huge. All right. And so now we've raised his potency up to 66%, and we've given him tenacity. We've got 51% tenacity, which is huge. And that might help a great deal in the tournament and that sort of thing. But this is why we have the stream, because you guys are giving me great things to think about without what level do potency and runes start dropping. Well, let's take a look. We can simply just, all we got to do is go in and manage runes, and we can find them. So it's pretty high. It's in the mid 60s. So we can go into the find button here, right? We just grab potency, which is, I believe, this one, and let's go ahead and look. We can just click all of these and hit find. So we're looking at Invasions of the Demons 1 is when they start. Invasion 4-2, so 4-1 and 4-2, 4-3, 4-4. So you're talking late in game, and that's where you're looking, and so if we go into Invasion of the Demons, all right, so you're looking at the first few levels here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then after that, it's speed. All right, speed 1, 2, and as you can see, we're looking at they're pretty crazy. Yeah, stick to 4-2, right? 4-2 is where you're gonna get your speed at, and that's gonna be a big one. You know, it's a tough battle. It's not easy. As you can see, the enemies here are geared up. They're geared up, and there's a lot of these little guys here, and they hit like a truck. And so I would got to be at least gear 8. If you gear 9, you're doing real well. You'll gear 9, you'll fly through this. If you're gear 8, you'll struggle through it. But that's kind of what you're looking at. And then, of course, there we go. We got a health. But you're looking for speed in this spot, for potency, and it can be kind of tough. You get smashed at gear 8. Yeah. And so, I don't remember where I was at. I think that I was probably gear 9 with all my characters when I went in. And so, because I'm currently sitting at gear 9 on all my characters, and I have gear 10. I have one gear 10 character, Nightiel, who I bumped up to gear 10. And, that's because I think that she's the best character currently in the game, and so that's what I did there. So let's go back into the tower run. Let's see if I missed anything, any questions. Let's see here. With runes, you should be, speed is a subset, shields and damage and HP. Right, yeah, so you're talking about, Tromgard. I think that's absolutely right. I think that those are, you're generally speaking, very, very good ways to go anyway. All right, let's grab, where's she at? There we go. I wish I had Venomate. I really wish I had Venomate up. I'm just getting smashed in the tournament because people have Venomate all the way up. The problem is that I don't think he's a top tier character. I think Venomate is a good character, but I don't believe he's a top tier character. And the reason for that, and like I said, I'm going to go into a lot of this stuff in the video that I'm making about the characters. The video is going to be kind of long, and the reason why I don't believe he's top tier for me, is about being viable. As you can see, Kara is viable on her own, and you can plug and play her. Basically, top tier characters are plug and play characters that work well on their own as well as in a team. Venomate, I believe, is only good because of Kara. Yeah, Lord Varsh beat me to the punch. Lord Good is good because Venomate's good because of Kara, not because Venomate is good on his own, but because Kara's so good and their synergies together. I kind of feel that way about Snorri as well. Right? Snorri is another character who is on his own okay. Like he's fast, he can get his AoE off pretty good, but he's a pretty basic character. When you team him with Freezard and you have their abilities up, he becomes so much better. But Freezard, if you had to choose between Freezard and Snorri as your last DPS character, there's no contest between the two. So that's kind of how I feel. But I mean, those are kind of giving you guys what I'm thinking, before the video comes out, because these thoughts are in the video, and that sort of stuff. Snorri is great, but he teamed with Freezard and he's OP. Yeah, excellent. Well, I'm glad you agree. Now, of course, I could be wrong. I can be absolutely wrong. You guys don't have to agree with me. In fact, half of the time when people don't agree with me is when I learn something. When I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good point, or yeah, what about that, or when you're telling me about, when you're saying, hey, how about what about these runes or these runes? I am not a runes fan. I personally don't like runes at all. I kind of think that the runes in the game provide a level of luck and RNG that just annoys me to a certain extent. I didn't like the runes or mods in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and I don't like them here. But with that said, you know, it doesn't matter what I like. They're in the game, and they're not going to go anywhere. They're only going to get increased. We're going to get we're going to get 4 dot mods, or ability 4 mods here coming soon. So that's just going to be the way it goes. I probably should have just. There we go. Let's just reset our cooldowns. All right. Yeah, I hated them too, and it's sad that they're here too. Right. Yeah, Freezard's really good. Well, it's kind of funny. So I told people in the last stream, it's the same thing. For me, I was leveling Venomate up. I was putting his stuff in and that sort of stuff, and then Wonder Lula came out, and I invested everything into Wonder Lula. And she's still great. Don't get me wrong, she's still great. If I have to choose a DPS character, I mean, I don't choose her over Freezard for PvP, it's really not a choice between her and Freezard. It's really a choice between her and Kara for PvP, and there's not a choice there. Kara's a better character. She's overall just has more utility between her stealth and her haste regeneration for the entire team. She's a better character overall. But the pure damage output that she was doing, Wonder Lula was doing, was just phenomenal. And at the time of the video, I did not know she was nerfed when I first made the last video, so that's on me. I'm not sure we knew she wasn't working as intended then. So, but that's why we're gonna have to clarify with the new video. Go in. I think that she's a great single target DPS. She probably at max level will be the best again single target DPS, but as of right now, I think that Wonder Lula takes, Nightingale takes that spot and brings her down to, a tier 2 type character. But she's good standalone. Like, you can just bring her in. She doesn't need anybody to make her good. And that's what I believe keeps her really close to the top echelon. You don't have to run her with someone else. You don't have to. Speed's going to dominate, Robert. I think that because it's a stat in the game and it's able to be modded, it's going to dominate. It's a turn-based game. Turn-based game, speed is king, and it's unfortunate, but I think that's the way it is. Some characters are faster. Look for those, and that's why Freezard and Snorri are so dominant in PvP. That's true. Right now, it's manageable. There isn't, everybody's not speed out of their minds yet, but I see that probably becoming a thing. Is that you can, if you can stack speed, if you have the blue mods, they can have speed on them, and you could easily get in trouble real quick with someone else just running over you with speed. If you want to know where everybody is, what people's main stats are and that sort of stuff, those are also listed on the Be a Dragon Champions website. It's a great resource. I can't tell you how much it's benefited me. It's an awesome resource. A lot of information there, a lot of ways to go. Once again, I'm going to link that again in the description. I can't tell you how good this website is, especially for beginners. I used it a lot. I'm just going to link it again here. You should definitely be checking out that website. shouts out to the creator of the website. They've done a fabulous job getting that going and making that website and updating it and that sort of thing. We're not going to waste any more of our abilities here. We're just going to get through Tromgar as fast as we can. The dodge lately. Today I've had just the worst luck with dodge. I was attacking who was it? Salvador. I was attacking Salvador today in a tournament, and he dodged 4 times in a row without the dodge ability. I was like, ugh. It was not bad. All right, let's see here. Early game, when you have a ton of energy, I farm runes a ton. So now I just update. Yeah, and that's true. I did the same thing. I did a lot of farming for runes because you're getting runes at the same time as getting ability scrolls, which you desperately need. And so I did do a lot of that as well. I did a lot of getting runes and that sort of stuff, and then you could sell them too. So I'm to the point now where I sell almost all of my 1-dot mods, common 1-dot mods, because I don't need them. I don't need them right now. Obviously, you want to look through and see if you have speed mods on them, like if you have speed, you probably should be keeping those just in case to fill out your roster until you can get more. We're gonna get a damage increase. There we go. It's a big hit. I got my lover. Over to 7 stars today. That was nice. If you're new around here, Revel, I call him Lover. Most everybody else knows that, but that's who I'm talking about when I say my lover. I'm not talking about my wife, although she's probably jealous at this point because I'm calling somebody else my lover. So, you know what? I don't care about Hera too much, so I'm just gonna bring her in. I'm gonna let her dodge. And then, ooh, little cheat death. Cheat death is such a crazy good ability. So, Hera and Salve are going to be great PvP, and that's the thing. They are really good. Siberian Travelers. I'm sorry, man. I do not speak any sort of Russian or any of the Slavic languages from Eastern Europe. So I can't tell you what you're saying. I can't tell what you're saying there, my friend. I apologize, but that's kind of the way that goes. Oh, hey, what's up, man? I did take Russian for 2 years when I was in school. I don't remember anything, but Basiba, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I'm super excited about what's going on in the guild. Nighty Elf fix, yeah, the Nighty Elf fix is really messed around, but it's kind of interesting because the Nighty Elf fix has made it so you have to be a little more. I wonder if I can bring in. Let's see. Can I run this team and get away with it? Maybe I can. I really don't want to lose anybody, but what was I saying? Sorry, there's a ton of people going on, and nobody in the house was really up when I started the stream, and now everybody's starting to wake up and get going. So let's see, we're gonna battle stance. We're gonna go ahead and heal. That was big. So Sharp, of course, I'm working on, so I can try to get Ember. And so that's pretty good. He is actually pretty decent. He's a different sort of character. See, he's not a PvP worthy character, in my opinion. However, he is good for the raid, and he's really good for the raid, and he's quite good for the dragon. Trying to get the steel scales off the dragon. You know, those extra hits, those are invaluable. And so I've thrown him into my runs when I am doing the dragon, when I'm fighting the dragon, and it's really, really helpful. I'm not gonna heal. I'm just gonna swack away. Oh, did my game freeze up? Oh, there it goes. It did freeze a little bit. Yes, yeah. So my wife is off for this next week, and so she's got her sister here and her sister's daughter. Both my sister-in-law and my sister's daughter are developmentally disabled. My wife's a psychologist, and so she's working with them this week. And they live about 300 miles away. And so we don't see them as often, but so they're here, and we're hanging out, and we're spending some time with them, and that sort of stuff, and working and building some skills and doing that sort of stuff. So it's really awesome that she's taking the time to do that, with them. So, but yeah, they'll be here for the week. Sharp is good against the drag. Interesting. I got to try that. Yes, it's because of the multi-hit for taking away skills. Any character that has multi-hit attacks, such as Shin Li, Old Lore, and Sharp, it's really beneficial to have multi-hit attacks. Otherwise, you're going to hit him 5 times, and then he's just going to have scales again. He's going to get his scales back, and you're not going to do as much damage. As you can see here, Nightiel takes away. She is the counter to this team. Hera and Salvador. She took the taunt away, and I can easily go after Snorri now. And then I don't have. He's going to, on his first turn, if he's got him maxed out, he's going to use his shell, which will drop all his DPS down. But nobody cares because we're not going to have to attack him. All right. See, he uses his shell ability. All right, and now we're going to go right after Trumgar, who is going to get wasted. And as you can see, and now it's gone again. Nightiel removes that away, and that's really what's making her the MVP right now, is the ability for her to just remove buffs. Like, because Soleus is on the team, we're removing 2 buffs per. He removed her dodge and his dodge, and now he only has, he has the dodge and the crit, but he doesn't have the other one that he had. I think she gives a couple of buffs there. All right. And so that's Nightiel right now is doing so much work. How often do you normally stream? I've noticed a couple of streams recently, and I've hopped on. So I am not a full-time streamer or a full-time YouTuber. I am a full-time practicing attorney, and I try to do this in my spare time. I work 5 days a week, 40 to 50 to 60 hours a week. And so I try to do as much as I can. The weekends, there'll always be a stream. I'll try to always be doing something on a Saturday or Sunday, talking, and then I try to release videos. I try to make enough videos during the week that I can post them throughout the week, so you guys have more content. That's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. Of course, that sometimes things get in the way of that. Work gets in the way, or family and that sort of stuff. But I'm trying to bring you guys as much content as possible. Let me know if you're interested in stuff. My new video that I am going to be posting today actually came from a comment on one of my other videos. I'm watching the comments, guys. I'm looking at them. If you give me ideas, if I can make it work, I will make it work. If I ask Lord Varsh has been coming in and doing, he hits me up on Discord. Feel free to hit me up on Discord. Come chat with me. I'm just a normal dude, just having fun with video games, just trying to play and have a good time, and bring information to you guys. So I really do appreciate you guys being here. The streams are basically going to be me running through the tower, but talking to you guys. I mean, if you need help on the tower, I'm more than happy to do that. I think that a lot of people have got tower down, but maybe not. As you get higher level, you may need more. You may need more help. You may not need more help. It just kind of depends. Let's armor up. So let's go ahead and increase our invis. That's talking too much and not paying attention. So let's go ahead and heal all the way. We'll drop a heal on her. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, there we go. I've been having the worst luck today with just getting dodged. It's like playing D&D and rolling a critical 1, man. Done. It's just oh, it hurts so bad. Hurts so bad. So, who do you think is the strongest? What do you think is the strongest buff currently? I think that the strongest buff currently is damage up. Is damage up. That's what I think is currently. I haven't given much thought to it, but when you're looking at Nightiel, if the fact that she can first turn damage up, that gives you a huge advantage over somebody who can't do that. And so, nice part about leaving. Anytime you're going up against a Patriarch Chi lead, you can leave him to last. If you leave him to last, you can just reset all your cooldowns, just wailing away on him, because he does little damage, very, very little damage, and he will sit there and heal himself with a shield, and so you can just plump away on him. So it's just a little tip. It's hard to, I think it's hard to talk and and play at the same time, I think is what you mean there. It is, but it isn't. I mean, I talk for a living. I play for a living. I do a lot of things. That's kind of what I do. So it is kind of tough to pay attention to what's going on the screen. That's why I don't have the camera up, primarily because I'm currently sitting in the dark. I do have a webcam. I do use it from time to time, but I don't have it up at the current moment because it ends up more or less being a hassle. I end up having to, if I turn it on, that means I got to turn all the lights on, and then people are still asleep generally while I'm trying to record or indoor play. And so my wife will sleep through me talking because I'm just talking, so she's usually not paying attention anyway. So you know how that goes, I'm sure, if any of you are married. I said that just to see if I can get a rise out of her. She didn't seem to pay attention or notice. Dodge is a close second. I think a full team of dodge buffs. Yes, dodge would have been, before the nerf, I would have said dodge was the greatest. The thing is that there aren't a lot of people who see, Wonder Lula can still do some damage. There's no doubt about that. Let's see if we can get Mar out of here. No. See, and that's the other thing. Like, having Nightiel, Mar hits his ability, and by the time he actually takes his turn, he has no buffs left. I don't know. I would not be surprised if they change it. I would not be surprised to see if Nightiel gets a nerf. That ability nerfed. There is ways to counter the ability. Obviously, if you have if you have somebody where you can cast a lot of buffs on everyone, yeah. Mobile gaming is made for parents. I got into it once I had kids. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I would have never guessed that I'd be playing a mobile game. I've been playing Star Wars Galaxy Heroes for 3 years, but I played it myself. I would have never guessed I would focus on a mobile game. I am a little worried about the whole COPPA thing. As an attorney, I look at the COPPA thing and go, and this thing's overly broad and blah blah blah, but I'm not going to get into that. Mar is frustrating and never get to use his third ability. You got to speed him up. Yeah, that's kind of, you do have to speed him up, and you got to protect him. That's why I don't believe Mar is a top tier character. I know that's going to probably get the ire of some people, frustrate some people. I just don't see him being a top tier character because he takes 4 turns. He takes 4 turns to get going. That's just too many turns. If he took less turns to get going, maybe, but he doesn't. He takes way too many turns, and it's just, all right. It's just not good. I don't find him to be a great character. Plus, it takes a lot. Like currently in the tournament here, maybe after I'm done with this run, I'll go into the tournament and show you what I'm doing over there. And then everybody can beat me up in the tournament again. That'll be fun for me. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and just heal. I am just getting smashed in the tournament right now. Absolutely smashed. All right, but even then, you see Mar went, and I'm not even worried about Mar going. Let's heal. Let's throw the heal over here so he can get rid of the ability block. Let's kill Mar. Oof, that was close. If I had a crit, I probably would have got him. Let's go ahead and taunt. I don't want to taunt, but I almost have to. Another dodge. I just flat out just dodging. Got a 2% chance. 2% chance to miss, and I'm missing. Let's see. I'm not farming Mar. I don't like straight damage cards. They don't last long. Well, you do keep in mind that you do need Mar. You are going to absolutely need Mar for Soleus. And the reason for that is that the final stage, there is a ton of dudes. It's 8 characters all at once, and his ability is phenomenal. And I can kind of show it off. So we're gonna play up against another team here. Let me show you how I play Mar if I were to use him. Let's see. So I'm not going to bring him into like an orc team. Let's see if I have a ticket, I'll show you. It's a little, if I have a ticket in the new tournament, I can use that. Okay, so we're currently running, we have to run Mar in this tournament, right? I'm 18-3 here. Let's go ahead and go into battle. Yeah, you got to farm him for Soleus. You have to have him. You absolutely have to have him for Soleus. So we're looking here. This seems to be fairly typical. See, other people here are running a lot of, like Kara, Revel here. This is a fairly standard team. I'm currently running this, right? Hard Orc, Mar, Snorri, Trumgar, and Soleus. And the reason why I'm running Soleus is A, once again, he's the best healer in the game. B, I have to protect Mar. Have to protect him. There's no way around it. If I really wanted to be cheeky, I could take out Soleus in this and bring in somebody else. But what we're gonna do here is they got Kara. This is going to be kind of a tough fight, I think. Well, that was lucky. I'm going to try to get rid of Kara right away. Because when Revel goes, when Revel goes, it's going to be kind of tough. These are going to be all of this stuns, and this is why I have Soleus in. You'll see here in a second. Revel's going to go, and he's gonna probably kill a couple of guys. All right. So let's go ahead and attack. All right. He's gonna get stunned. All right. Trumgar's still up. All right. We're gonna ability block, and then we're gonna go ahead and heal. All right. And then we're gonna use him to cheat death. All right. So once again, we can't get past the taunt. And as you can see, Mars just sitting there. He's just not being protected. Gonna have to taunt again, but here we go. Gonna damage increase. As long as we can keep him around. Alright. He does a ton of damage. Let's see if we can kill Revel. There we go. And let's kill Snorri. Let's go ahead and heal. And let's ability block. See, Mar ends up doing a ton of damage. How on earth did you get such a soft group? Don't ask me, man. I don't think anybody, and I don't think everybody's in. I think, I was not 70 when I entered the tournament. That on this one. I entered the tournament, played, hit 70, so that's where I'm currently at. Right. As you can see, I'm kind of cheesed this one a little bit, hit 70, and so this is kind of where I'm currently at. I don't know. I got lucky, I guess. And so that's kind of where we're at there. This guy here is kind of tough. You want to here you go, Lord Varsh. This is why I'm getting such a soft group. Let's go over here. This is currently what I'm looking at in this other tournament. Aquanova is at top, and then I have 1, 2. Let's see if I can. This tournament's the one I'm just getting wrecked on. Let's see if we can back up. Oh, tournaments are so slow. My puppy is wanting attention. Come on. BlueStacks in the tournaments, they're not particularly happy. Alright, so I'm in 10th. 61 and 59. Now, I've been attacked so much, and I'm winning some and I'm losing some, right? But like this guy here is 11 and 1. He obviously came into the game way late. This guy's got a lot of attacks too, but it's gods and legends, gods and legends, gods and legends. These guys here, 6, 2, and 3 were all attacking me at once. They would haul because I was in the top 2. I was in the top 2, top 3, and I just kept getting attacked by these guys. And so I think that they mounted an assault against me. And the fact is that my team is weak. If we go in and look. Hey, no problem, Roman. Have a good day, man. So if we look in, I think they went after me. I don't blame them. I probably would have done the same thing. If you look at their teams are quite good. This guy's obviously 71, and he entered the tournament late, hasn't done much. Then it's completely possible you can just sit down at the bottom of the stack and then work your way up last day. Maybe there's some viability to that. So let's go ahead and attack California 1. Yeah, and so that's kind of where we're at. And like I said, it's kind of hard. I'd love to stream some of the tournament stuff for you guys, but this is the way it reacts with BlueStacks. For some reason, it is so slow, and we end up sitting on the screen for hours. It seems. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I had to call. I was thinking that entering late because now I'm getting levels way higher than me. Yeah, and you will, and I know I'm about to too because I hit 70. You and I talked about that yesterday during the live stream. Is that you're gonna get? You know, it was a matter of do I wait and hoard? I could have just hoarded energy. I even thought about it, just hoarding energy and waiting. Hiya! Went ahead and killed her. Yeah, and see, that sucked. But lost Kara, but probably should have taunted. Let's see, I'm just getting worked. Let's go after 90L, shall we? Let's see here. Let's go get 90L. Oh, we stunned her. Nice. And then we lowered the speed on my Tromgar a little bit. I'm not... let's just heal. I don't like it. And right now, because they have 90L, yep, every single time, he's just gonna get rid of my thing. And see, this is what's happening to me in this tournament. I'm just getting worked. Maybe I'm making bad decisions, and I'm sure that's part of it. You know, I'm not playing as well as I should, or not making the wrong decisions when it comes to who to attack. Kind of hoping if I can kill Soleus here, maybe, just maybe. 90L versus Tromgar? 90L versus Tromgar? Maybe? Oh, I think 90L's gonna do it. Oh, look at that. And that's how it's been. Yeah. And so, as you can see, I mean, it's tough. This is a tough tournament. If you don't have maxed out 90, if you don't have a maxed out Venomate, Kara in this tournament, everybody who's doing really well has maxed out Kara and Venomate, and then they're just able to walk through everybody. So, and those are the teams that are currently just doing really well, which I think is kind of ironic because the reward is Venomate shards, which I don't need. But as you can see, you have Gods and Legends. I think they're all working together, and I don't think that that's necessarily a problem. That's good. Yep. MVP does it again. She is the Russell Wilson. She is the Russell Wilson of the game. Sorry. I am a huge Seattle Seahawks fan, and so that's kind of, you'll often hear me talk about how I think Russell Wilson is the MVP of the league this year in American football. All right, let's go back over here. Let's see if we can take on these level 70s. Should be okay. It's a good orc team. You like the NFL? Yeah, I do too. I'm a big NFL fan. I also like the English Premier League. If you guys are from across the pond and you like world football, I do like the Premier League a lot. I've been a Leicester City fan for the better part of 5 years. Yes, it was amazing to watch. Oh yeah, the Ravens. Oh yeah, you guys whipped us this year. Good job on that. Ravens are looking good. But I was I had a cousin come in from Australia, and he turned me on to world football or soccer, however you want to say it. And he's a big West Bromwich Albion fan, so I decided just to pick their rivals and got real lucky. Like the 2 seasons later, you know, they went off and won the Premier League, which was crazy. So I won't talk too much about you know, soccer, but I do enjoy it. Oh, come on. Yes, thank you. No Kilmar. No Kilmar. Another dodge. Just another straight up dodge for no reason. Let's kill Corvum. Jeez. Oh, that was nice. So you see, she still can do a ton of damage. And she will be one-shotting people, as you saw in my other video. Oh, you're a West Ham here. Yeah. Leicester City is decent. Yeah, no, I'm a big Jamie Vardy fan. I really like that guy. He does such a good job, in my opinion. 25. We're just gonna chill here. Do I have anybody who absolutely needs shields? Yeah, let's just give them over to. I haven't been following as much of this season. My understanding is they're doing all right. They were doing quite well there for a while. I had a subscription that I was doing there for several years, but I've gotten so busy now that it's hard to keep up with all that stuff. So, but hopefully, I'm one day hoping to be able to. My wife and I's dream trip is actually to go to England. We're currently working on getting some miles up and that sort of stuff, and going to England and touring England and that sort of stuff. We're really excited about doing that. We think that's going to be a blast. All right. I follow my Seahawks, though. That is something I do. There's a game coming up that's going to be starting an hour and 40 minutes here for me, and so I'm all over that. All right, last fight. Usually going to the last fight, I usually bring in Tromgar. I usually bring in my full arena team, and to do the last fight. Been what I usually do. I save that team with the lead, but we'll play and see how it goes. Let's see. We got Puncher Face. Oh, this is Hard Orc. Oof. We got some players here. All right. Let's just see if we can do it with our order team here. I'm gonna taunt. I probably should get rid of Puncher Face, to be honest, but oof. Alright, let's do that. Puncher Face is gone. Because the MVP strikes again. We gotta try to see if we can get rid of Hard Orc next. See, Kenley's dodge and everything is just not even an issue. Let's go after Lunch. Come here, Lunch. Stop kissing me, Lunch. Let's see if we can get you. Let's go ahead and power up. Are you in my Venomate tournament? Nice. Are you the one whipping me? Because if you are, good on you. GG, my friend. GG. It's alright, though. I mean, I get competitive with it, but I'm not... It's okay. I don't mind. You know what? Screw this. We're just going to kill Kenley, because he's pissing me off. Let's see. And as you can see, my Kenley is not maxed out level or anything, but for tower, he does just fine. There you go. It's kind of interesting when it comes to healers. I may end up actually doing a video where we break down different videos, multiple videos. So I'm going to ask you guys, since you're here, the people who are watching right now, my video that I want to do about MVPs and who's top and who's not and that sort of stuff, would you rather have multiple videos breaking down each classic characters such as DPS healers and that sort of thing, or would you rather me do it all in one video so it's all in one place? Because I can easily go in and do a video where I'm breaking down only healers, I'm breaking down only tanks, I'm breaking down only DPS, and I could even go into, like, say, Dragon Slayers and all that stuff if we really want to, you know, kind of compartmentalize it and, and that sort of thing. I mean, I can do that. What do you think's best? What would you guys do? What would you guys want? What would you is it easier for you to have multiple videos that you can refer to, or is it better to have one video at a time, or one longer video that you can just go to? What do you guys think? Okay, that guy prefers separate videos for each. What about you, Lord Varsh? Okay. All right. Like I said, you guys are here for the live stream, and like I said, I plan on making that. It's easier to search for, right? Well, I mean, hit the subscribe button. I hate to sound like a YouTuber, but hit that subscribe button. You'll always get the notifications, and make sure you hit that notifications bell, and I'll be posting those videos. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna go ahead and I'll make those videos. I will break them down into videos, into different things, and I will post them. But they're probably going to be. I'm probably going to post them, in succession, but it's not all going to be. They're going to be spread out over the next couple of days. And so what I'll do is I'll do an overview video, and then I'll break down break down DPS healers, leaders, and that sort of stuff, and go through them that way. That way, it can keep the videos shorter, and you guys can get through the information easier that way. That's what I'll do. So here we go. Once again, another Venomate. Got another ticket. I don't even know if I want to even bother. All right. So let's go ahead and go into battle. We fought this guy earlier. See, this is the team here it's been causing me issues. Not this particular guy, but this team, and it's so RNG dependent. Sometimes they can hit crits and they'll just kill you, and then other times not. But we're gonna go after this dude. Maybe we should go after this guy. That's so tough. Let's just attack him. So, what else is going on for you guys? What else are we going to talk about? What I'll probably do is get onto those videos here, talking about that. Let's see how this battle ends up going. Maybe you guys can be with me and share my frustration. See, I hate how long these take. This is why I don't usually live stream the tournament, because it just takes too long for it to be up there. So I am going to do that. So just to recap real quick, because I think that we're going to probably end up calling it after this. Maybe I'll play my other challenge one, and then we'll go from there. I'll show you what I'm doing over there. But I'm going to go in. Today's video that's going to get posted will be the one I've already done, which is essentially a video on the top people, the tier one, tier one guys in the game. And just I'll tell you guys now, it's I don't think there's any surprise there. If you're looking at, you know, Soleus, Trumgar, Kira, Nightiel, of course, and Soleus, as well as Patriarch Chi. I think that there's no doubt that he is quite phenomenal. I'm gonna go ahead and boost her here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, let's go ahead and just attack. So as you can see, we've done pretty well on this time. Went right after Venomate, which is what I have been doing oftentimes on these teams, is going after Venomate. And if I can kill Venomate right in the beginning, I'm good. And the reason that I'm good is because of the way they're, when you read the way they're, when you read the way Kira and Venomate work, they have to be on the battlefield. And so if you can get rid of one of them, you're going to lower the DPS on the other. And Venomate tends to be the squishier of the two. And so that's why I tend to go after him instead of the other. So right now, we've finished our tower run. We've been talking about characters. We're going to have a list of videos coming out here. First one today is going to be talking about Tier 1. And what I'm going to do is I have tiers, so it's going to be like Tier 1 through Tier 4. Top tier, and I'm going to give you guys all of the things that are going to be there. Thoughts to find an active guild. So I'm going to give you... I am a part of a Discord team. I don't know if I can invite you to this Discord or not. I can tell you that getting involved, I don't know, Lord Varsh, maybe you know, Discord's definitely the way to go. I don't know if we have room in the guild that I'm in. I know we have 2 guilds, you know, and that sort of stuff. We're actually down a member in our main in the main guild here, but I'm not an officer. You know, it's not I don't do any of that. But certainly, if you're active and you're participating and you're playing every day, I think that you can get into a guild pretty quick. We have 2 guilds. We have our guild who's doing our T6 runs, in T5 runs, and then we have a guild that is a little bit, you know, that's just a little bit behind, that's doing Tier 5 runs. But like I said, I'm not involved in that. I know for me, I looked out. I joined the guild that I'm in now, PvP Elites, and you know, I've just basically stuck with them. But Discord's definitely the way to go. There is Global Chat. Yes, Global Chat has a lot of recruiting and that sort of stuff going. That's actually how I joined. I looked through Global Chat and see who was looking and that sort of stuff like this. Yeah, top 40 guild, looking for a player with 200, right? Be T5 ready, Discord mandatory. And so if you don't have Discord, you know, download it either on your phone or onto your computer. I would definitely get it. Lots and lots of information on Discord, lots of good stuff going over there. Yep. And so you just kind of have to watch for that. Obviously, if we have room for you know, our guild, if we're looking to do that sort of thing and level up, I'm just not a part of that process. And so because I'm not part of that process, I can't say, hey, yeah, join us or anything like that. But it's certainly something that you can look into. So let's go ahead and go into this last battle of the stream. Let's see who we've got and what people are doing here. Okay, so this is very interesting. I think this is an interesting team here. The problem is they have no tank. They can't stop me from just blowing someone up right in the beginning. And I get it. I see the logic here. You're thinking, okay, well, I have Soleus, and I'm going to have all these humans, and they're all going to have cheat death. Except for the cheat death mechanic is not is not, I don't think it works properly. They do. They absolutely do have one. Let's see here. Let's see if I can I don't know if I can invite people to but they do. They have players looking for players, and they have players for looking for groups, and so looking for guilds, and I think that's probably your best bet, the best way to go. So who am I worried about here? I think Freezard is who I'm probably worried about the most, but I'm going to go after Mar because I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about the cheat death mechanic. As you can see, this can be rough. You know what? We're just gonna throw this up on Mar, and we're gonna go right after. This has not worked out. Not even close. It's been bad across the board. Yep, and they're gonna kill Mar before I ever get anything off, and the cheat death goes, and there you go. So this is a superior team to mine, as you can see. And they were able just to waste me. So there you go. Learn what not to do. Don't do that. Yep. Yeah, that's a good way to go. Well, as you can see, I went after this guy, and he beat me. And so that's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. See the synergy between Snorri and Freezard. Yep, and that's really what it is. And the fact is, I could bring it in if I wanted to have it. I could run the team. I could run exactly that team minus the Eric Shieldbreaker. All right, but Snorri and Freezard, they may be the way to go on this in this tournament. So, yeah, let's try it out, guys. Why not? Why not? Since we got you guys here, let's just go ahead and refresh the tickets. We'll attack him again. They are. They are. And we're going to attack him again. And the reason why we're going to attack him again is we could play it differently. All right. The last time what I did is instead of protecting Snorri, I could have protected Snorri right from the beginning and allowed them to make him cheat death. So let's try it again. Yeah, they do probably have their Snorri abilities all the way up. I have a max Freezard, but not maxed in his last ability, which would give him stuff with. And I don't have the max leadership with the other guy either. But so let's do this. Let's go ahead and go straight after him. We're gonna go ahead and give Snorri power up, which allows him to go ahead and cheat death. All right, and then we're gonna taunt. We're gonna go straight after again. That dodge. See, that's yet again another time where the dodge has happened, where it's just come on, let's get a heal. There we go. And then their Mar goes off and kills me. Yep, I can't beat this guy. Hopefully this guy's not watching the stream, because if he watches, he's going to find out real quick that I can't beat him, and then he's just gonna go off and get me. So, there you go. All right, guys. Well, I am going to go ahead and call it here, I believe. But if this is why sometimes you just like, oh crap, that's a better team than me. And, yeah. This guy, if I continue to attack him, he's going to continue to go up, and I'm going to continue to go down. And so, hopefully he goes, I don't need to attack him, so let's not bother. So, we'll go ahead and attack the guy below us. Plymouth. So. Hey, no problem. No problem. If you have any questions or anything, don't forget to leave some comments in here. I will get those videos up as soon as I possibly can. And I'm going to go ahead and play this last match. Let's see how embarrassed I can get by somebody who has better characters than me. And then we've beaten this guy before, so let's see if we can do it again. Well, that's nice. Love to see Trumguard just decimate my entire team. Everybody's stunned. The Trumguard is the... Oh, this is wonderful. Look at this. RNG. Look at the RNG. Oh, man. That's just great. Quit. So, this is how it's been. My tournament runs lately. I do really well, and then all of a sudden, I can't do anything anymore. And that's just kind of the way it's been. But, now maybe I never attacked that guy, but well, no, I did. I beat him once. So. Alright, everybody. Well, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. It does look like what people are doing is just simply not running tanks, which is kind of interesting. But I do...
Yeah, I know.
I do appreciate you guys being here. I do thank you very much for the time and the stream, and I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions or anything I can do for you, don't hesitate to hit me up on Discord or hit me up on everything, other areas. I am simply going to run something different. I almost have to bring in... I have to. That's really what I have. This is the best team I've got. What I have been doing is doing something like this, and this is kind of cheesing Trumguard a little bit and allowing me to get around other people. So let's try this out. I keep saying I'm gonna stop, but I don't keep stop. I'm not stopping. I'm gonna see if this works. You know what, Mar? I'm just gonna kill you right now. Nightingale's gonna get rid of his taunt, and then it's gonna allow us to go right after these other guys. Once again, Nightingale, the MVP of the league. Oh. Not gonna get stuck behind the taunt with Nightingale out there, so. And there you go. Dargy. Is that you or is that someone else? Because Dargy, that's a name I think I'm familiar with, and yes, he is a beast. No doubt about it. I think he's in my Venomate tournament and has whipped my butt pretty good. But as you can see, I was able to go in that time and beat him, and I threw in Nightiel and was able to use Nightiel to be able to get around his taunt. And once I'm able to get around the taunt, it doesn't matter. These guys are just, they're doing so much more damage. I'd almost have to bring in a completely different team. But do keep in mind, you can look in here and look at him, right? He's got this ability to 6, but everything else is not. That's the only ability he has at 6. All right, got 6 here. Or we got 6 here. No. So I mean, this team is vulnerable. Right. Eric Shieldbreaker is probably the better of the two. Gear 9. I mean, if I rearranged my team, I could probably beat him. But I'd have to rearrange the team in sort of way that, you know, I can bring in. Does he have his leadership? His leadership's at 5, so that's not too bad. I mean, it could have been done. Yes, I mean, it could. I don't know what the point would necessarily be. He's at 2. He's not attacking me at the moment. If I need to get into a battle with him, I can. But in tournaments, you have to kind of think that way. Right? You kind of have to think that way. You have to go, okay, how do I beat this guy? And you may have to arrange your roster. And the plug-and-play characters, the MVPs, your tier 1s, right? They're going to be great for tournaments. And tournaments right now are where you're going to get a lot of extra stuff. You're going to get extra shards. You're going to get extra, big-time shards. I mean, 100 shards. Venomate, right? Is a big deal. I'm just going to blow him up again. Oh my God. Are you serious? Really? It took 3 attacks to kill that guy because, once again, just a dodge. We're going to go ahead and increase damage. Alright. Yes. Because I'm not able to kill Kara right away, this could end up being very bad for me. Get the ability block off. I just need to kill Trumgar. Need to kill Trumgar. Let's get cheat death. Just the introduction of of Nightiel made it. So, oh, he's a guildmate. Excellent. It's just enough to make it so he's just runs through. So. Obviously, it gives me an extra DPS, but gives me no heals. But it's extra DPS. And so. Alright, since we got one more ticket to do, we'll go ahead and use the one more ticket. We'll play one more battle, and this really will be the end of the stream. After this one more battle, my lovely wife has brought me food. What a wonderful gal. And so I do need to eat some breakfast. It being 10 o'clock here, Seattle game will start here in just a few minutes. And I'll get those videos posted. Like I said, today's video that'll go up will be Tier 1. Who is Tier 1 and why? That's essentially what the video is going to be. Tier 1 and why. Who should I attack? Yeah, Interesting. I'm gonna attack this guy. I fought him several times now. It's interesting because when I fight him, I bring in Soleus back, because I don't have to worry about a taunt. I'm not gonna be stuck behind a taunt, so I bring Soleus back in because he's got a lot of firepower, and I need a heal. We'll see how it works. And so I'm actually having to change the team up to fight certain people. So let's see how this goes. Oof. And this is part of the reason why you had to bring Soleus back in, because Mar would have just been wasted. And it doesn't seem to matter too much, but right. Just die. And without those extra heals, I would not have been able to get through all of his attack. Oh, so I'm swapping Hard Orc for Corcoran. That's who I've swapped out. It's completely possible that you might, depending on what you're doing, you might swap out Mortha, your healer, because he does give regeneration and he does give cheat death, but it's not the same. You may get rid of Rantha as well. Rantha gives a lot of really good stuff, but Corcoran's who I've taken out to put in Hard Orc in my Orc team. That's who I've done. I'm gonna have to test it. The fact is that I haven't had a huge, ability to test it out, see who's doing what and when. Like if you go into the campaign, all right, let's go into Corp campaign and go into Clash of Clans. All right, because I assume that's where you're probably going to be doing a lot of using your orcs at the moment, right? Clash of Clans, I'm not even 2-8 yet, right? It's one character. It's 73. All right, you can see I'm struggled trying to get through, some of these other ones. And we're looking at, having these abilities, these characters here at 72. All right, so if we were to go in and see if we fight these guys. All right, this is the team I've been running, and I didn't use a healer. And so if I were to, add him in here and bring in Corcoran, I could do that. And if you're just talking pure orcs, right, you could do it this way, or you can bring in Mortha, and we could try this team and see how that works. Obviously, I need a better battle poo, and that sort of stuff. But this is the team I would use if you're doing PvE sort of content. For PvP, I mean, and I think orcs are PvE viable. That's kind of what they do. I'm not. A lot of people are using them in PvP, right? But they're adding Kara, and then you don't normally see Hard Orc. But if I were me and I were running if I were running it for PvP, I'd be running Kara and Hard Orc, and that's how I do it. But let's go in and see how this ends up working. We got a good tank here. We got Wonder Lula. We're going to go right after her because she's going to try to massacre our team. We'll drop the Bear, and the Maiden Fair. Battle Poop. He's dead. He dies quick. Just kind of giving you an idea. I probably shouldn't have dropped Battle Poo right away. Because as you can see, I lost my taunt. And then they're just going to wreck my characters. These characters here, these archery masters, they do so much more damage than, say, like, Ideal. Or some of these other characters for some reason. Alright. But you can kind of see why I've... And with Mar, you see, Mar does so much damage. And so that's kind of why I was saying, somebody earlier said, I'm not going to level Mar. You need to. Because if you're going to have orcs and you're going to get Soleus, you're going to need Mar. Yes, he's slow. Yes, he doesn't do what he needs to do. Alright. As fast as you'd want him to, but it's pretty amazing. So as you can see, the characters that survived are the characters that I have leveled up, and the characters that I don't have as leveled as I should or did not survive. But if you're talking pure orcs, yeah, Corcoran is probably who I'd take out, although he's going to have a lot of really good abilities. Thinking about it, though, if you're going to go pure orcs, I would take out Rantha, and this is my thought process on it. The reason why I would take out Rantha, if you're talking PvP, you would want to take out Rantha, and if you're going to use Hard Orc, and the reason why is you'll use Tromgard's lead, Tromgard lead plus because he gives extra potency and tenacity. And then because he gives extra potency and tenacity, you get, when you're looking at just your orcs, let's pull them up. So my first instinct is to say, pull out Corcoran and put in Rantha, but I think the right move would be to Tromgard lead, and when you look at his leadership, which I do not have leveled, all right? If you go all the way down to the bottom, orcs receive 30% potency and 30% tenacity increase. Whenever an allied orc inflicts a debuff on her, they all recover 5 health for each debuff. Right? And so the reason why that's important is because he inflicts debuffs. Right? He inflicts ability block. And he inflicts it pretty hard. He also removes debuffs from his allies, which I haven't bothered to level up yet. His basic ability also inflicts bleed, so it's another debuff. Right? You need her for heals. Right? You need him for damage. It's going to take some time. Right? But then you got a stun here. Right? You get a stun on your basic, so you're just going to up potency for these. All right, he also inflicts burn, and so you're looking at a lot of, and he's going to gain potency for each orc living in the party. So you're with Tromgard lead, you're going to have extra potency across the board. You're going to be able to land a lot more stuff, and then you're going to get more stuns and that sort of thing. So it's basically kind of a stun locks your team to a certain extent. I'm going to go ahead and throw this on him. All right. So that's what I would do. I think if I'm gonna give you some good advice, I think that's what I would actually do. Is I'd take out Rantha and run these, and I might actually run this team here, because at the tournament or at Soleus, and so that's kind of what I'm thinking. So. All right, everybody. Any questions? Any other final thoughts? Anything else that I may be able to address before jumping off here? Because if there's not, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I got work to do on that other video. I gotta make a few changes to it before I get it posted. But like I said, So just one last recap. We are going to have a series of videos coming out, top tier list video. We're going to go from tier 1 to tier 4 on this video. We're going to I'm going to explain. The first video is going to be explaining tier 1 and just basically who's in tier 1, and then we're going to go into the individual ways. We're going to talk about fighters, we're going to talk about DPS, healers, and tanks, and we're going to break them down from there, and who I see as tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and so on. And so look out for that video. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really do appreciate all the support. I thank you very much for all the subscribers and the videos and guys watching and being here in the live stream. And we'll see you next time when gaming and the law intersect.